Hello, my name is Cole Talbot, and this is my digital media presentation for English 105. What is media? Media is any form of persuasive information that is consumed. Some of the most common and influential forms of media are news sites, social media, and books. In the contemporary context of today's world, many forms of media are digital. This is important because technology now allows access to many forms of media in a much more efficient way. Media relates heavily to my topic of procrastination because this media can be very distracting while trying to meet deadlines at work or at school. Social media perpetuates procrastination more than the previous forms of media because there's more persuasion involved. Advertisements, trends, and influencers can persuade consumers of this type of media very heavily. Many people use social media every day, and some of these people can become addicted to media and consuming content. Media is very powerful, whether good or bad, and everyone interprets it in a slightly different way. Given the effects that media can have on people, it can prohibit motivation and efficiency in completing tasks. My sources highlight some of the struggles that college students and others face in daily life, and the addition of media into the schedule can make people procrastinate until the last minute on important assignments or even tests. The difference between making an argument through social media versus older media is whoever one is arguing against has time to prepare a response on an app, while older media requires an in-person conversation with less time to prepare. Given this, social media has the ability to lead to profound arguments, but also, with the safety of being behind a screen, users sometimes say things that they don't really mean, and that can have a serious impact on the recipient. The form of new media that relates most to the topic of procrastination is television, because many students watch movies and TV shows when they do not have class. This habit can quickly lead to binge watching this form of media, with potential consequences of skipping class, not being prepared for exams, and not getting enough sleep. Maintaining consistency in these three areas is essential to succeeding in college. Often I've seen people streaming movies or TV shows during class, which is very prohibitive to learning. In the information that I researched through my sources and additional websites, social media is written about much more than forms of television. I would argue that movies, TV shows, and even YouTube can have a much greater effect on a person's procrastination because, unlike social media, streaming services keep the viewer in a constant state of suspense. A consumer of this type of media is looking for the next plot twist or funny moment, which keeps them engaged even when there are more important priorities like studying, essays, or projects coming up. New seasons of TV shows and sequels to movies keep fans engaged with this type of media, continuing to distract them in class or when they should be doing homework. In the research of procrastination, many sources identify that there is active procrastination and passive procrastination. The new media of television falls into both categories frequently, as some students watch TV while studying, while in class, and the day before a test. All forms of media can be used in some cases and useful, but very distracting in others. Social media has many benefits, however, it is typically a major time waste for people who have more important things to do. Television can also have a greater impact on procrastination than social media because with social media, most consumers feel that they have the ability to turn off their phone at any time and do something else. Those who watch television feel that they have to finish the episode or movie before doing anything else, prolonging the time wasted by the activity. My argument that television as a new media is more distracting than most think is strong because I can back it up with personal examples of people that I know, and I can compare and contrast the two forms of media to create new discussions about my topic. This argument is new in the context of the research because many studied Many studies point to social media as a focused driver of procrastination. I believe that many forms of media are just as time-consuming as social media. Television, listening to music, especially with lyrics, video games, and instant messaging can distract people to the point where they put off important responsibilities. Gaming and television have the potential to be the most dangerous because they can be very addictive to people, in particular, young people. If procrastination becomes a habit for an individual, it can be very hard to break if one is in the middle of a TV show or they haven't beaten the game that they are currently playing. These new sources of media are very powerful, and while they have potential benefits, if enjoyed in the free time, they can be detrimental to academic and professional success. Thank you.